Hello, welcome to Castle View Diaries. Wow, it's been a while, hasn't it? I think that Advent was the last time that I posted a video, and it is now the end of March. I did record some stuff throughout the rest of December, January, and then I ran into some problems with getting those videos edited and uploaded. No space on my phone or something like that. Anyway, it was a bit of a pain and I was busy, so it just didn't happen. Anyway, I decided the best thing to do was to just abandon all of that and start again. So here we are. This is episode something. Probably should have checked that before I started. Welcome. You are very welcome here. Thank you very much for joining me. And it has been a busy few months, very busy. I have been gearing up for East Anglia Yarn Fest, the inaugural event, which happened this weekend. It's now the Monday after, so yesterday and the day before was the show, and it was amazing. And I thought that today was a good day to jump on. I'm having a bit of a rest, a bit of a rest day as far as I can manage, and jump on and show you all of the lovely goodies that I got, because as well as vending at the show, I did some shopping at the show, of course. And I'll show you what I got, and I'll show you a couple of the projects that have come in recently, both from my lovely sample knitters, and I finished one as well. Check me out, actually finished something. Woohoo! So I got my little commemorative pin badge, of course. Don't know if you can see that in focus or not. If I do that, maybe this is what the professionals seem to do. No, never mind. So yes, I will be treasuring this. It wasn't my first yarn show. I have done one before. I did the very first Yorkshire Yarn Fest, which was in 2019. In November, and I had only launched the website in September, so that was sort of 2 months after I started, and it was so long ago, pre-COVID, pre-lockdown, everything, so this kind of felt like the first one. Certainly as far as the nerves went, it felt like the first one. But it was brilliant, and I'm so pleased that I did it. One of the projects that was made for me was this lovely sweater. This is the Throwover by, pretty sure it's by Andrea Mowry, isn't it? Yes. Anyway, yes. Brain is a little bit fried. But anyway, this was made for me as a sample for the booth and delivered to me at the show, which was just wonderful. So it's made using Fear of the Dark for the main colour, and then for the colour work up here we've got Wazowski, which is the green, Troll Hair, which is the pink, and then Lost City, which is the blue. And I'm absolutely thrilled with this. I love it so much. It came out brilliantly, and I couldn't be happier with it. So I will jump straight into all the goodies that I came home with, and the first thing that I came home with was some hand balm from lovely Laura at Crafters Balm, the Lonely Knitter, and also the show director of East Anglia Yarn Festival, and she did a fantastic job. My hands were feeling a bit dry during the day, so I went and got some balm, because I know that this stuff is fabulous. And I do have tins and tubs and tubes of it all over my house, but I did not put one in my bag that I took to the show, so I had to go and get some more. But it's fine, because it will get used. And okay, so I will dive into yarn. So I picked up a couple of skeins from Knit Me Sane. Now some of these were done as swaps. So the yarn dyers community is just a fabulous little community, and everybody's so lovely. So we do some swaps, which is really nice and really good fun. So this is the single ply chunky. This colourway is called Shake Your Tail Feathers, which I absolutely love. And it's this beautiful peacock blue with speckles. I just chose this because it was really fun. And I liked it a lot. So that's that one. And then the other one that I got from their store, let me say, was this one, which is the slob fingering, which I've been wanting to try out for a while. So it's not a base that I carry, therefore it's allowed. And I just thought this colour was really fun. It's called Vermont. So it's 90% superwash merino and 10% nylon. And you get 400 meters to 100 grams. And it's just such a fun texture. I don't know what I'm going to make with it. Whoops. But maybe a hat with this glorious pom-pom that I got from Robin. Because this goes really well. So I picked up 2 pom-poms from Robin at the Crafty Bird. So this lovely green one, gorgeous dark green, and this kind of navy blue one, which is beautiful as well. So those are the 2 poms that I picked up. Love a hat with a giant pom, so I had to increase my pom stash again. Next up, I got this skein from lovely Jess at Skein and the Stitch, and this is called First Frost. So she had a sample which used this. It's a beautiful sort of very kind of delicately variegated sagey green colour with some blues. It's really, really pretty. And it's on the classic sock base. But she had a sample of this knit up into, is it the Velvet Mirror Cowl? Which I'm sure is Andrea Mowry as well, isn't it? And you use a fingering weight yarn and then you use some fluff. And it's a colour work, but you use the fluff on its own for the other colour. So I'm going to entirely copy her pattern, her sample, and use this alongside some sort of greyish fluff. So I'll probably use either my own Merlin's Beard or Pebble Shore for the fluff. But yes, so that's what I got from Jess. And then I stopped by Adventures in Yarncraft, Laura, who, again, we hadn't met before in real life, so it was lovely to meet her, and I could not resist this. This is the softest, squishiest base I've ever, it's just lovely. And this is called Wildling. So it's a merino chunky. It's a 4-ply, 100% superwash merino. You get 100 meters to 100 grams. So yes, this would also, oh, where's it gone? This would also go really nicely with, not the blue one, the green pom for a hat. So that could be in the works maybe. We shall have to see. There's a bit of a theme going on with my acquisitions from the weekend, which when I put them all together at the end, you'll see. So that's that one. And then from Hannah at Corner of Craft. So again, we chatted a lot, but we've never actually met in person, which is weird because, you know, when you've chatted to somebody a lot, you feel like you know them, but you've never met. So this is Aura of Vitality on merino sock, which is an 85-15, so 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon, 400 meters to 100 grams. Such a pretty colorway, and this completely matched the dress that I was wearing on the second day of the show, so I think that might have swayed my decision. So I'm thinking maybe some kind of sort of cowl or something that I could then wear with that dress. It's a dress that's covered in dragons. So yeah, so this is beautiful, absolutely gorgeous speckles. Look at that, so pretty, so pretty. So that's that one. And then I met Beth from Telling Yarn and picked up this glorious skein of mohair silk. So it's 72% kid mohair, 28% silk. Just put it closer because you can't see all the colours when it's far away, but it's absolutely stunning. It's got greens, purples, sort of sagey colours, blues, greys. Absolutely beautiful. And it's called Yennefer of Vengerberg, which I love. I love The Witcher. So I don't know what this is going to be, but it's lovely, and I couldn't resist. It's just soft and nice. So yes, I'm excited to use this for something. I think it maybe needs to be held with something plain, just to really kind of show off all those lovely colours. So I will have a ponder about what that's going to turn into at some point. And then I got some mini skeins from Helen at Giddy Yarns, which are going to crinkle, so just warning for crinkling. Crinkle. So I got this lovely set of minis on the 4-ply base. This is the Narnia collection. So the colourways are Through the Wardrobe, Lamppost in the Wood, Tea with Mr. Tumnus, A Gift for Susan, Always Winter Never Christmas, Spring Comes to Narnia, Aslan, The Stone Table, Edmund's Betrayal, and Kings and Queens of Narnia. So these are just beautiful, and I don't have a plan for them, but I couldn't resist. So that's those. And then lastly, for my acquisitions from East Anglia Yarn Festival, I visited Georgie at the Fibre Fox. Georgie I actually have met before, twice, but only briefly, so it was nice to be able to chat a little bit more with her this weekend, her and Ben. So first up is this beautiful pastel-y skein. Georgie does pastels so well. So this is on the high twist sock, which I am completely converted to, I think. And I'm going to definitely have to get some high twist sock to dye up some of my own colours on. And let me know what you feel about high twist sock. I've been thinking about it for a while. And when I'm scrolling through Instagram, scroll, the pictures that make me stop are the ones that are on high twist. It just makes the colours pop so beautifully, and it speckles amazingly, and I'm a little bit obsessed with it at the moment. So yes, we might have to do a little bit of thinking about whether to bring that to the shop, as well as, or even instead of, my usual sock base. So anyway, decisions to be made, you know, trials to do, and then we'll see. It's not going to happen straight away. So this lovely colour is called Meadow, and it's just so delicate and pretty. And this is the other one I got. So this one is Herb Garden. So this one is all the greens, but so pretty. And this is on Sparkle. This is again from the Fibre Fox. This is on her Twinkle sock. So it's 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and 5% stellina. And I can't resist a bit of sparkle. It's super pretty. So if I put all these together, you will see that there is a definite theme happening here. Oh gosh, I've put the other ones behind me. Ooh, where are you? Oh, got it. So, although I would not say that greens are my usual kind of palette of choice, I do like green, but this is a very kind of green blue heavy this weekend, because even the poms are blue and green, aren't they? But yes, so this was my haul, and I am very delighted with it, and the minis, of course, which I can't hold. Yeah, very excited to get some of these things cast on. So many projects. I need to finish some things. I really want to finish some things. I kind of just need to pick a project and do it until it's done and then move on to something else. But I also quite fancy a quick little palette cleanser project, like maybe a hat in chunky or something, because that just wouldn't take very long, and it would be nice to have a kind of quick finish. So anyway, I'm planning to get out some of my project bags, probably not all of them, get out a few and kind of write a bit of a plan so that I can actually get some stuff off the needles, because it does feel really nice. And I did finish something recently and it was lovely, but I'll tell you more about that later, because this segment has gone on for 15 minutes now. And this isn't meant to be sort of a whole podcast. This is meant to be a vlog style podcast. So yes, I shall stop this bit of the video here. If you've watched this podcast before, you will know that I film bits and pieces and then I mash it all together into one long video. So normally the bits are a bit shorter than this, but I had a lot to show you, so it's longer. It's just how it goes, isn't it? So yes, I'm going to go and have a little rest because I'm tired and still kind of buzzy from the weekend. There's a lot of yarn left to sort out, but I am ignoring it for now. I'm going to just have a day off and do some knitting. So maybe I'll get some of those project bags pulled out and decide what I'm going to finish first, and make a start on it. And I might also watch a film during the day, which could or may not be research for my next collection. I'll tell you more about that later. Bye for now. Okay, so there was one more thing that I didn't show you because it wasn't with the pile of wool, because it was tucked safely into my handbag in a little bubble bag. So this is a stitch marker by Flame Knits, and it's a little glass work sheep. She does them in all different colours, but I went for the classic white sheep. She also does them as earring sets, which is just amazing. And this is the one thing that I knew I was going to get before I even went to the show, because I'd seen them before and I knew that I had to have one. Took a little while to choose because all their faces are slightly different, because they're all unique and handmade, so they've all got their own little personalities. But this little guy came home with me and I'm very pleased that he did. So I'm going to pop him on whichever project I cast on first from all of the new goodies. Very exciting. I've been working on the One With The Miniskeins Club minis tonight. So I have just finished this little piece. So these are the November set. I'm a bit behind. I'm quite behind on working through my own stash of these, as is the Friends themed Miniskein Club. So these are November's Thanksgiving set, and I can't remember if I've shown you any of these, but I definitely haven't shown you this one because I only made this one tonight. So this one is called The Other Sister, and it's a really nice deep purple with black overtones to it. So that's that one. This is how much I've got left after doing one of these shapes. This is the Polygon Blanket, and then we have this one. This is the Gala Cup. Whoops. So we've got some artificial light, I'm afraid, because it's evening time and it's dark. So it's the Gala Cup. And then we have Floating Heads. I love this one. I think this one screams Friends to me. The colour of the walls with the gold for the door. I really love this one. I might have to dye some more of this up at some point. And then I've got 2 more left to do for November. So I've got these 2 left to knit up, and then I can start moving on to December, January, February's clubs. and March is going to be the last instalment, so that will be 12 months worth. I'll have to see whether my blanket is big enough or whether I need to add something else to it, so these just kind of join together like that. So yeah, that's where we are. So I have a finished item to show you today, which is my Birds of a Feather wrap, which is an Andrea Mowry pattern. Not sponsored by Andrea Mowry, I promise, just seem to have lots of her patterns at the moment. There are still a couple of ends to sew in because I will do it at some point. Here we are in all its glory. Absolutely love how this came out, and I'm so thrilled to have finished it. So it's so big. It's an asymmetric triangle. Ooh, I can't even hold both ends of it. And I used my snow globe colour in both the sparkle singles, which is here, and this is just mohair on its own, held on its own. And it came out so beautifully. It's so floaty and ethereal. Just absolutely love it. Super warm, big enough to go round a couple of times. It's just gorgeous. And I actually finished the thing. I mean ends, but you know, do you do your ends? Does anyone do their ends? I will do my ends. I wanted to have this up on my stall at the weekend, and it was well admired throughout the yarn festival. I'm so proud of myself because I actually finished a thing. Yay! Go me! So yeah, Birds of a Feather. I would highly recommend this pattern. I actually do have another one started, which I started yonks ago with some gorgeous Fibre Fox yarn. I think I'll do a different pattern first before I do another one of these, but I wouldn't say no to doing another one of these for sure. It's a lovely pattern, really nice. So there we are. Yay! A finished item. So since I finished a project, I have decided on the next project that I want to focus on and get done, because I really am in a bit of a kick to finish some things. So the next one I am working on is my ripple blanket, my rainbow ripple blanket, blah. And this was using minis from Lay Family Yarn. It's huge. You might have seen this in a different video, and I'll get a proper picture / video of it at some point. But at the moment I'm working my way through the blues. I've got my little corner of craft dragon on there. So I've done these 2 stripes today. I've got 3 more of the blues to do. Purples, and then the kind of plummy pinky purples, and then that's it. So I reckon it takes me about 45 minutes per stripe. So even if I could do a couple of stripes a day, I've got 23 stripes left to do. Maybe I could be done in, say, 2 weeks. That might be optimistic. But there are no ends. You sew them in as you go. So once it's done, it's done. It's got all of these colours in it. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be working on getting finished next. Wish me luck. Hi. So I have had quite a few samples come in recently, and I picked up another couple of the show. You saw the Throwover sweater that I was wearing in the segment before, or the one before that, but I wanted to show you another couple of the samples. Now I have forgotten which ones you've seen and which ones you haven't, because of the fact that there was a whole load of recorded stuff that I kind of binned, because it never made it on at the right time. So apologies if I am duplicating myself here. But I know that a couple of them will not be duplicates because they've come in very recently. So first up, we have these gorgeous mitts, which are a crochet mitt. And these are made using the Ocean Blooms colourway. And this pattern is by HanJan Crochet. So a fingerless mitt, really pretty, just kind of simple design, but really effective. And I love how those came out. The next one, and this one I picked up at the show, so you definitely haven't seen this one, is the Breathe and Hope Shawl by Casapinka. Oh, it's still got its little tag on it from the show. So it's on sock yarn. The colourways are Agnes and Agatha. So this is 2 different colourways you need for this pattern. And I wanted to use colours that would kind of blend together but also be separate. So you can see that they've really got some of the same colours in, but it's enough that you can still see that they're striped and they've got this colourwork pattern here. So I am absolutely thrilled with this. So this is again an asymmetric triangle, and I just love how that came out. Super pretty, super kind of flowy. Absolutely thrilled with this. It's a beautiful sample, and I love these colorways, so these will be sticking around for quite some time. Then the next one is a crocheted shawl. So I like to have a mixture of crochet and knit samples, because generally I find that indie dyes are quite knit heavy, but I know that a lot of you crochet instead or as well as. So this is the Hotel of Bees shawl, which is by Christina Haddering, and it's made with DK yarn. So you can see that gorgeous pattern in this blue section here. If I hold it up to the light, it's got that lovely honeycomb pattern, and again down here much more open, and use 3 different colours for this pattern. So the green here is Wazowski, and this variegated section is Scream Team. It's got blues, greens and purples in it on a sort of neutrally greyish base, and then the blue is Lost City. So I love this. I don't know if I'm clever enough to crochet this, but by all accounts it was not hugely complicated, and it makes for a fabulous sample. It's very kind of holey, which is great. There we go. Fabulous. So you just use a little bit of the end colour here. But yeah, really thrilled. I just love all my samples. My sample makers have been wonderful, and I'm absolutely thrilled with everything that they have made. And then this one, which I might have shown you before, I can't remember, this one got a lot of attention at the show because I had the mini skein sets for it there as well. So it's another crocheted shawl. It's called This Is Me by Wilma Westenberg, and this is crocheted with a sock yarn mini skein set, 10 colours. So starting with the yellow and working down into the purples, and it's got these amazing tassels on the ends which I'm a bit obsessed with. So yeah, this is a crocheted shawl, but you could do something similar with this, with a mini skein set. You could do a similar knit pattern and just fade it down. I love this one, and rightly so. It got lots of eyes on it at the show. So that's the third one. I think that's all I have to show you right now, but I'm going to go back and just check. I think there are a couple of things that I haven't shown you. One is the Elton cardie, the purple cardigan, which came in a while ago, and I know I filmed something for it, so maybe I'll just pop that in after this. So I just got home from work to a very exciting parcel, and that is another sample knit. This was very kindly made for me. This is the Elton cardigan by Hoagie Locatelli, and it's made with alternating stripes of fingering weight and then a lace weight. So this is in Evil Queen, both yarns, and I absolutely love it. It's so light but really soft and cozy as well. I need to decide what to do about buttons. I wanted to get it and try it on before I kind of decide. I quite like it just kind of with the button maybe near the top and then just coming out like that. But yeah, so this is absolutely beautiful, and I'm so excited to get this sample back. So this is gonna go to shows with me. Hey, hi everyone. It is Easter holidays here, so I have come into the garden for 5 minutes peace because it's very loud in my house with everybody at home. And it's nice and peaceful out here. And I thought I'd show you a new project that I started yesterday with one of my monthly clubs this year. So I'm getting the Giddy Yarns Middle Earth Minis Club, which is a Hobbit and Lord of the Rings themed club. So we've had 3 months so far, January, February and March, which were based on the Hobbit, and then I think we've got 3 on the Fellowship of the Ring, 3 on Two Towers and 3 on Return of the King. And I hadn't started using them, and I'm desperate to get started, so I thought, why not just do it? I know I haven't finished anything, but I like starting things, what can I say? Anyway, so what was I saying? I've started a crochet blanket using this book. So this is by Jan Eaton, 200 crochet blocks, and it's just literally got instructions for all sorts of different blocks, and I've picked a block called the Wisteria block, which is this one. I saw somebody make a blanket using this particular block for their Rainbow Chronicles, their Lay Family Rainbow Chronicles last year, and I absolutely loved it, so I had it kind of saved as an idea, and I thought it would work really well for this club. So I started it yesterday, and I've done a little pile of blocks. So I've done all of January's. So I'll show you. Ooh, they're blowing all over the place. I'll try and remember what each one is called. So I think this was Gandalf the Grey. Then we had, I think this was the Shire. It's gorgeous green. You get these kind of puffy stitches going through the middle, so really pretty. This was Bilbo Baggins, and then a Feast for Trolls, I think. I remember which colour was which. And this one's Thorin Oakenshield, so blues, and it's got little pops of kind of orange and brown in there as well. It's really pretty. So that's all of the January ones. And then I've started on February as well with this one. It's hard to kind of show you the colours because of the way the sun is the sun is coming down. And this is the first one of February. I think this one is called Elrond and the Moon Runes. So that's that one. And then I've got the rest of February wound up here, ready to go. March is also ready to go in there. And these, they've not taken me long actually. I've done this in sort of a day and a half. It would be really nice to kind of catch up to what we've got so far before April comes, before April's set comes. Maybe not, maybe before the end of May I could be caught up. That would be good. Because yeah, I was just collecting them, and it's nice to actually do something with them. So I'm really pleased with how these are coming out. They're really simple. I've got the pattern memorized now, and I can just sit down and do them. And I'm using a DK yarn. So this takes basically the whole 20 grams. I've got a few grams left. I've got like this much left. Not a lot. So it's perfect size. I think in the book the block has another round, so it's like a round bigger, but this is, you know, a decent sized block. so I'm happy with that. I don't know, haven't quite worked out how I'm going to join them together yet. Maybe just with some undyed sort of in between, maybe do a row. I don't know. We'll come to that later. That's a problem for future Jen. Sort that out at some point. But yes, I'm really pleased with these. So it's the Wisteria block from Jan Eaton in this book, which is a really good book. And actually, when I was looking through this, I got lots of ideas for other things I want to make. Of course I did, because that's just how I roll. So there we go. So that's my new project. And my other club, which is the Wanderlust Club by Little Grey Girl, I've got some ideas for, because again, I've got 3 months of that so far. 3 or 4 even. No, it must be 3. That I want to get started. I want to get started on it because I want to use these yarns. They're so beautiful. I don't want them just sitting in the house. I mean, they look pretty, but it'd be nice to use them. Anyway, yes, new project. Yay! So you know how I said I didn't think that I would get caught up by the end of March before April's club arrived? I actually did. So it is the 27th of April today, and I am up to date January, February and March, and April's hasn't come yet, so I'm up to date for like the first time ever with a club. So this is the Wisteria block from the book by Jan Eaton, and the Middle Earth Minis club from Giddy Yarns. So these are all based on The Hobbit, and then in April we are moving on to the Fellowship of the Ring. So there we go. I love how these are coming out. I don't know if I'm going to arrange them kind of as is, or if I'm going to rearrange them once I've got all of the colours. I've not yet decided. I'm just going to pile them up so I know which ones go together, and then I can make a choice about what I do. So yes, very excited to have these progressing. So a quick little update on my ripple blanket. I have finished the blues. I'm now working on these purples. So no, I haven't done it as quickly as I said I would try to, but I am plugging away on it. I'm doing a little bit every now and then, and it will get done. I'm going to try and focus on this a little bit over the coming couple of weeks and get those purples done and get on to the last one, the last set. So as you will know, if you have watched any episodes before, or even this episode, to be honest, I am not a finisher of projects. And I like starting new things. So I believe I opened this episode by saying that I really wanted to finish some stuff and get some things off the needles. And so far you have seen one whip, but that was actually finished just before I started filming this episode. And you have also seen a new cast on, which was my Giddy Yarns club, although I am now caught up with that. So that's some kind of a tick in some kind of an imaginary box that I have there. But some other dyers and I were chatting, and we decided to have a sort of mini cal. Alison of Lofty Loops Yarn has just released a sock pattern called the Cold Brew socks, and lots of people decided to knit that pattern. So obviously I am knitting that pattern because I don't want to have FOMO. And it's a very nice pattern, and I have lots of gorgeous self-striping yarn that it would work perfectly for. So I am using this amazing self-striping yarn, which is from Stripy Cat Yarns. Mental block there for a moment. Stripy Cat Yarns. It's got a little bit messy at the bottom there, and it's called something to do with flamingos. And it comes with this contrast sort of grey speckle. It's the same as one of the stripes. You can just see it there. And I have started a sock. So this pattern has a sort of slip stitch detail between the rows. Now these are really quite thin rows. A lot of people's yarns had much thicker stripes. These are very skinny stripes, so I wasn't sure if it was going to work. And also some of the colours kind of meld together, but I like it. I'm going to go with it. I mean, she says with like a tiny piece of a sock. I might make these shorties and just like do a heel now, as there are a cuff down sock. And yeah, I mean, this yarn is super fun and the pattern is lovely and just adds a little bit of interest as well, additional interest to your self-striping on. So I would highly recommend it. And that is what we have so far. So it's a new sock. No, I haven't finished the other socks. Don't tell anybody. So I'm keeping this in a very seasonal bag, which is a Halloween bag from the Little Grey Girl, which I got recently. I think it was on sale, and I was ordering the club and it just fell into my basket. Look, it's Halloween cupcakes. I know it's not Halloween right now, but I have so many projects that all my project bags are full. And that is saying something. So it had to go in here. It doesn't matter if it's not Halloween. It's pretty and it makes me smile. And that's what matters, right? So I'm going to wrap up this episode here because it's getting super long and we're now almost at the end of April. And I think I started filming this at the end of March. It was just after East Anglia Yarn Festival. And we've had Easter holidays in amongst that. So it's all been a bit chaotic. And I had a massive post-show shop update, which took ages to get sorted, and Advent release as well. So yeah, it's been a busy month. But I will wrap this up here and hopefully, fingers crossed, I can actually get this to upload this time around. And these videos are not just going to sit on my phone, wasting away into the ether, never to be seen by anybody apart from me. Let's hope that doesn't happen, because I do enjoy making these videos and it would be nice if I can actually get them to upload. So I will say goodbye for now and I will see you again at some point next month. Thank you very much for watching and take care. Bye.